Good evening to you all, distinguished Social President, Honorable Ma'am Register, respected staff and all my dear friends who have joined the Performing Arts Club to witness the famous play Lady Windermere's Fan by Oscar Wilde. I am Ritin Dima from PhD Studies third year. I will be the narrator for the play. I would like to extend my heartfelt welcome to everyone present here. Originally performed in 1892, the play Lady Windermere's Fan had garnered a widespread critical as well as commercial play success. The drama is renowned for incorporating and spearheading the feminist movement and for shedding light on overall themes of Victorian era, such as hypocrisy and confinement that the people living during the Wilde's period were subjected to. To summarize the play briefly, the play is about Lady Windermere, a recently married woman of aristocratic birth who doubted about the loyalty of her husband, Lord Windermere. Lord Windermere is said to be harboring an interest in mysterious Mrs. Early, who appeared in his life, portrayed as charming woman who is known for her outrageous and dissipation past. Mrs. Early is infamous among the upper class of the society. Therefore, as the play unfolds, the mystery surrounding the Mrs. Evelyn past and the connection that they bear are revealed to the characters, living in the narrow, inflexible shade of morality that while society has faith in. Now I will be presenting the characters, introducing the character. Lord Windermere. Lord Windermere is a major character who is supposed to be a perfect husband. However, the rumors about him have made the society question his honesty. Lady Windermere, she is the wife of the Lord Windermere and a character who highly upholds the pride and the value of Victorian society. Lord Darlington, he is a friend with Lady and Lord Windermere. He is a charming bachelor in society. He has a feeling for Lady Windermere. He goes along with the rumors to try to get Lady Windermere to live with him. Mrs. Early, a woman in her 40s who left her husband years ago. They all judge her and label her as a woman who sleeps with married men. The conflict in the play is Lord Windermere is paying her off, but for what cost? Lord Augustus, he is a sweet older man. He is in love with Mrs. Early. He allows her to tell him what to do, and he does not mind it one bit. He just wanted to have a woman by his side and spend the rest of his life with someone. Mr. Dumby, he is a minor character. He is a typical Englishman of high society. Mr. Cecil Graham, he is a supporting character. He is a very odd. He is a part of high society. But he is not like the other man. He has a witty sense of humor. Mr. Hopper, he is an Australian businessman in high society. He is in love with Duchess of Berwick's daughter, Lady Agatha. He is an outsider in London high society because he is an Australian. Lady Pindell, she is the typical London woman of high society. She thinks highly of herself. Duchess of Berwick, she is considered a noble woman by high society. She is a talkative person and highly interested in scandals and drama. Lady Agatha Carlyle, the Duchess of Berwick's daughter, who throughout the play only says two words, "Yes, Mama." She is in love with Mr. Hopper. Now let's begin with the play. Act 1, Morning Room of Lord Windermere's house in Carlton.
It's glad for me to see him before tonight. I'm glad he's come. How do you do, Lord Darlington? No, I can't shake hands with My hands are all wet with these roses, and they love me. They came up from Selby this morning. They're quite open.
And what a wonderful pen. May I look at it?
Too pretty, isn't it? It's got my name on it and everything. It's my husband's birthday present to me. You know, today is my birthday.
No. Is it really?
Yes, quite an important day in my life, isn't it? That's why I'm giving this party tonight.
I wish I had known your birthday, Windermere. I would have covered the whole street in front of the house with flowers for you to walk on. They'll wait for you.
Lord Darlington, you annoyed me last night at the Foreign Office. I'm afraid you're going to annoy me again.
I, Lady Windermere?
Won't you come over, Lord Darlington, for some tea?
I'm quite miserable, Lady Windermere. You must tell me what I did.
Well, you kept paying me elaborate compliments the whole evening.
We are also hard. The only present thing we can pay our compliments.
No, I'm talking very seriously. I mean my compliments, and I don't see a reason why a man should think he's pleasing a woman enormously when he says to her a whole heap of things he doesn't mean.
But I didn't mean that.
I hope not. I should be sorry to have to quarrel with you, Lord Darlington. I like you very much in your dad, believe me. You're far better than most other men, and sometimes I think you pretend to be worse.
We all have little advantages with Lady Windermere.
Why do you say that, Lord Darlington?
Because nowadays, so many conceited people go about society pretending to be good. Which I think is a sweet and a modest disposition to pretend to be bad. Besides, there is it. If you pretend to be good, the world takes you seriously. And if you pretend to be bad, it doesn't. Such as a sounding stupid is often needed.
But don't you want the world to take you seriously then, Lord Darlington?
No, not the world. I should like you to take it seriously.
Why? Why me?
Because I think we can be great friends.
We already are very good friends, Lord Darlington. We can always remain so as long as you don't
what?
Don't spoil it by saying extra very silly things to me.
Do you think, in case of a young married couple, say about 2 years, the husband suddenly becomes an intimate friend of a woman of a thoughtful character, calling upon her, lunching with her, and probably paying her bills? Do you think the wife should control herself?
Console herself?
Yes, I think she should. She has the right to do so.
Because the husband is wild, should the wife be wild also?
Violence is a terrible word, Lady Windermere.
It is a terrible thing, Lord Darlington.
Do you know, I'm afraid that good people do great deal of harm in this world. But certainly, the greatest harm they do is make badness out of such greatness. And do you know, a woman who has committed the crime, what the world calls about, should they be forgiven?
I think they should never be forgiven.
And then, do you think there should be same law as there are for the woman?
Certainly.
I think life's contracts to be settled with this hard and fast rule.
If we had this hard and fast rule, we should find life much more simple.
Hello, dear Margaret. Hello, dear. How are you? So pleased to see you. You remember Agatha, don't you? Ah, Lord Darlington. I'm sorry, I'm not going to introduce you to my daughter. You're far too wicked.
Don't say that, Duchess. As a wicked man, I'm a complete failure. But, there are the people who say I've not done anything wrong in the whole course of my life. But there are maybe few who might say it behind my back.
Agatha, dear, meet Lord Darlington. Mind you, don't believe a word that he says. Margaret, dear, Agatha is looking forward to your ball tonight.
Oh, you mustn't think it's going to be a ball, Duchess. It is only a dance in honor of a party, a small and early.
It's very small, very early, and very select, Duchess.
Very select. You know, I don't know what the society is coming up to. All these wicked people tend to end up at the wrong place. I wish someone would really stand up to them.
I will, Duchess. I will have no one in my house about whom there is any scandal.
Don't say that, Lady Windermere. I should never be admitted then.
Oh, men, no matter which women, it's different. We are good, at least most of us are, but we are gradually getting elbowed into the corner. Our husbands seem to neglect us, and we have to constantly nag at them just to remind them that we have a perfect legal right to do so.
It's a curious thing about the game of marriage. The game, by the way, which is out of fashion. The whites hold all the honors and invariably lose the odd trick.
But odd tricks? Do you mean the husband, Lord Darlington?
I think the name can be given to the modern husbands.
Lord Darlington is tricky.
Don't say that, Lady Windermere.
Why do you talk so cheaply about life then?
Because I think life is too important to be talked so seriously.
Just exactly what do you mean by that, Lord Darlington?
I better not, Duchess. Intelligible is to be found out. Now, goodbye, Margaret. I shall see you tonight.
Now, my dear Margaret, I'm so sorry for what is happening. Agatha, darling. Yes, Mama. Can you go to the terrace to watch the sunset, dear? Yes, Mama. Oh, she's so fond of sunsets. But as I was telling, I'm really sorry for what is happening.
What, Duchess?
Oh, on account of that horrid woman, it's quite scandalous.
Whom are you talking about, Duchess?
About Mrs. Erlene.
Miss Ergin? I never heard of her. And what has she to do with me?
You don't know? Only last night at a dinner, everyone was talking that of all the men in London, Windermere has to behave like this.
My husband? What has he got to do with any woman of that kind?
He goes to see her continuously and on occasion stays there for hours. And when he's there, she does not entertain anyone else. And I've also been told that she's acquired a huge amount of money out of someone because 6 months ago when she came to London, she didn't have anything. And now she owns this wonderful house at Mayfair ever since she's met Windermere.
Duchess, it is possible. We are only married for 2 years. And our child is but 6 months old. Are all men bad?
Yes, my dear, all men are.
But Windermere has
We all begin like that with you. Just take Windermere away and he'll come back to you.
Come back to me?
Yes, these wicked women take our husbands away, but they always come back to us.
It is very kind of you, Duchess, to come and tell me. But I can't believe that my husband is untrue to me.
Be strong, my dear. And now, I should take my leave. Agatha, darling. Yes, Mama. Come and bid goodbye to Lady Windermere. And just remember my advice.
How horrible. I know what Lord Darlington meant by the imaginary instance of the couple not 2 years married. I know where Arthur keeps his bank book, in one of the drawers of that desk. I might find out by that. I will find out. Oh, here are some bank books. I knew it. There is not a word of truth in this stupid story. A second book. Private. Locked. Miss Early 600 pounds. Miss Early 700 pounds. Miss Early 400 pounds. It is true. It is true. How horrible.
Has the family sent home yet, my dear Margaret? Margaret, what is this? You have got open the bank book.
You think it is wrong that you found it, don't you?
I think it's wrong that a wife should spy on her husband.
I did not spy on you. I never knew of this woman's existence till half an hour ago. Someone who pitied me was kind enough to tell me what everyone in London already knows. Your daily visit to Curzon Street, your mad infatuation, the monstrous sums of money you squandered over that infamous woman.
Margaret, please don't say that. You don't know how unjust it is.
You're very jealous of Mrs. Early's honor. I wish you had been as jealous of mine.
My dear child, your honor is untouched. You don't think for a minute that...
I just think that you spent your money strangely, that is all. Oh, don't imagine that I mind over the money. As far as I'm concerned, you can squander everything you have. But what I do mind is that you who have loved me, you who have taught me to love you, should pass from the love that is given to the love that is brought. Ah, it is horrible. And it is I who feel degraded. You feel nothing at all. I feel stained. Utterly stained. You can't realize how hideous the last 6 months seem to me now. Every kiss you have given me is stained in my memory.
Margaret, please don't say that. You know that there's no one in the world but you that I truly love.
Who is this woman then? Why did you take a house for her?
I did not take a house for her.
But you gave her the money to give, which is the same thing.
Margaret, you must know that today I am here to only tell you one thing, and that is Mrs. Erlene is coming to our party.
You're mad.
I'm not mad, and I would like to give Miss Erlene a surer and a happier chance of becoming happy again.
I don't want details about her life.
So you refuse to call her here?
Absolutely.
Then I will call her. Yes, I am.
Arthur, if that woman comes here, I shall insult her.
I am writing this note to 84 Curzon Street to Mrs. Erlene.
Arthur, that woman is not coming here.
Margaret, please don't say that. If not for her sake, then at least for my sake, call her.
Absolutely no.
Margaret, you must know that Miss Erlene was once loved, honored, and even respected. She had everything. She lost it all, threw it away, if that's what you want to call it. But there is the sting of life. Now she has suffered, and she has redeemed herself. And she wants you to receive her because she knows our house is respectable. Please help a woman who's trying to get back to the society.
I'm not interested in her, and you should not mention that woman and me in the same breath.
Margaret, please invite her.
I refuse to do that, Arthur.
Margaret, you'll ruin us.
Us? From this moment, my life is separate from yours. But if you wish to avoid public scandal, write at once to that woman and tell her I forbid her to come here.
Margaret, she is coming here to our party tonight, and you cannot do anything about it.
Then I shall do what exactly I have said. You leave me no choice.
Margaret, you shall do no such thing. Margaret! What should I do? I didn't tell her the truth. The shame would kill her. But there must not be a scene either. Margaret! Margaret!
Second act, in the drawing room in Lord Windermere's house where the party is happening.
I don't see Lord Windermere here. And Mr. Harper is not here too. I hope you've got those 5 chances left for him, Harper. Yes, Mama. Harper, dear. How do you do, Lady Windermere? How do you do, Mrs.? Oh, it's so nice of you to come so early, Mr. Harper.
Are you back down to Lady Annabelle at this?
I hope she's got a task left for you. Rather, do you have ones left?
Yes, Mama.
Margaret, please may I have a word with you?
In a moment.
Good evening, Lady Windermere.
Oh, I think I should go to the ballroom.
Want to speak to you particularly, dear boy. Who is she? Where does she come from? Why doesn't she have any relations? Damned nuisance relations.
You're talking about Miss Erlene, I suppose. I did not know of her either till 6 months ago. Till then, she was a stranger to me.
You've seen a good deal of her since then?
Yes, I have seen a great deal of her since then.
Egad, the women are very down on her. I've been dining with Arabella this evening. You should have heard what she said about Mrs. Erlene. Berwick and I said that didn't matter much because the woman in question must have had an extremely fine figure. You should have seen Arabella's expression. But my point is, she has got any amount of explanations for you, and all of them different.
I don't think I need to explain my friendship with Miss Erlene with you, do I, Lord Augustus?
Well, listen here, dear old fellow. Do you think she'll join this demmed thing called society? Would you introduce her to your wife?
She's coming to the party tonight.
Then she's all right, dear boy. But why didn't you tell me that earlier? It would save me a heap of worry and then misunderstandings.
Good evening, Arthur. Why don't you ask me how I am? I like people to ask me how I am. Toby, thought that you are going to be married again? Thought you are tired of that girl.
You're excessively trivial, my dear boy.
By the way, Toby, which is it? Have you been twice married, and once divorced, or twice divorced, once married? Twice divorced, once married. It seems much more probable.
I have a really bad memory. I don't remember which.
Lord Windermere, I have something particular to ask you.
Please go on, but I'm afraid I cannot stay here longer. I must go and talk to my wife for now.
Oh, you want to be with us too? It's quite dangerous nowadays for husbands paying attention to his wife in public. They say, beat her when they're alone. Margaret, I would like to have a word with you. When you want my friend for me, Lord Darlington, and
What you said about insulting Miss Eileen earlier is of course impossible, isn't it?
that woman is not coming here tonight.
Margaret, she is coming here tonight. And if you in any way wound or annoy her, you are going to bring great shame and sorrow on both of us. Margaret, why don't you trust me? A wife should trust her husband.
London is full of women who trust their husband. One can almost recognize them. They look so thoroughly unhappy. I'm not going to be one of them. Lord Darlington, will you give me back my pen, please? Thanks. A useful friend, isn't it? Lord Darlington, I need a friend tonight.
Lady Windermere, I knew this time would come, but why tonight?
I didn't tell her the truth. It's a secret that no one must come to know. But there should not be a scene either. I think I will tell her. Margaret!
How do you do, Lord? I'm coming here, please, just look.
Lady Windermere, you dropped your pen.
Mrs. Erling, I think it was terribly rash of you to come here tonight.
The wisest thing I ever did in my life. And by the way, you must be in your quarter of the drinking tonight. I'm afraid of women. Some you must excuse me. The man is like an honest man. Lord Alistair, how do you do? You have quite neglected me lately. I'm afraid you're thinking. Everyone told me so.
Now really, Mrs. Erdine, allow me to explain.
No, Lord Alistair, you can't explain anything. That's the chief charm.
Ah, well, if you find charms in me, Mrs. Erdine.
How pale you are. You look so faint.
Cowards are always brave.
Come on, Mr. Charlie.
Lady Windermere, how beautiful your terrace is illuminated. Reminds me of Prince Doriath at Rome. Oh, how pretty rooms, Graham.
Most kind of you to say these charming things to me.
Did you introduce Mr. Jones to Lady Windermere?
No?
Oh, to goodness, she wants to speak to me. Who is that lovely woman talking to Windermere? Have you got slight